Alright, so we have our root-shaped half diminished chord. Alright. Now we're going to put that, we're going to start that from string 3. Now we got to warp up one. So that's that shape. And these are not familiar shapes, but they can be. And then put both of them through the warp. So start the relative root of the half diminished, which is the 7th in the major scale. Start that from the 4th, and you got this shape. We want to do minor to minor, right? So we go. We get that shape there. You know. Now, first inversion. Alright, so we're going to take the 7 and put it on top here, but it's actually an augmented 4th there. It's not a perfect 4th, so it goes over. That's the only thing that's strange about this about half diminished. Alright, this is not a warped. This is not a warped situation. You haven't warped anything over. This is unwarped. This is string 2, string 3, and string 4, all under the warp that happens between strings 4 and 5. This the 3rd and 2nd highest string on your guitar. So these are all unwarped shapes. Okay, now we go into second inversion. We go 4, 7, and then we have to do another minor. These are unwarped shapes. So the second one would be starting from the 2. Let's see, we're looking for a D here. For a D. Hello, D. D. Like that. And then from the 4. Okay, so then starting from string 2 on that 4. Alright, we're going to go. Like that. Now, let's go back to the root one. We're going to put the first through the warp. Oh, we did that already. Let's do the second inversion. Okay, so we'll go back to a, let's see, a D, which is a 2, 2, 4, 7. We'll push the 7 through the warp, and we get this thing that looks like, you know, a backwards D that's kind of elongated. Alright, so we'll find a 2 on the 3rd string, alright, which will be down here. See, this is the chord. Alright, now when we push both of them through the warp, what happens? An interesting thing happens, okay? Remember, this is the original shape. When both top strings are through the warp, they're going to be back to their normal shape. The only thing that's going to warp over is both of them. They'll be in their relative shape, but they're both warped over. So we end up with this completely backwards D that's not elongated like that. So D from the string 4, this thing. Alright. Now, the same thing happens. These things are starting to all look alike, right? The same thing happens. That's why it's better just to do the pattern and take the pattern through the warp. So we have, this is second inversion. Alright, so it would be, alright, so we'll just start with an F on string 2. There's that augmented 4th. Alright, now when you start that from string 3, one of the F's, you got to warp that top string. Alright, we're right here. So we still have the, see, one of the F's. We're going to start 4, 7. Now instead of being like shaped like a backwards D minor, it's shaped like a backwards D, right? Alright, and then when we push them both through the warp, starting an F on string 4, we got this long, you know, spaceship thing, kind of arrowhead like that. Now I haven't put what, in this particular one, I haven't put what cage that falls in, but in the next one I have. And down here we just have the, you know, the augmented fourth is right here. Here's the perfect fourth straight up. The augmented, you have to go up one, and this is not warped. Here's your major third, so it starts with augmented fourth, perfect fourth, major third, minor third, drop down a whole step, drop down even more, you get a half step. Drop down another one, you get the same note. Because they're a fourth apart on the strings. Okay, let's move on in time to today's chart. We're finally at today's chart. Yeah, I'll drink to that. And this is what I call the half diminished pentatonics. I decided to do the half diminished pentatonics. All right. In this case, we should know which ones they fall into. So the first thing to do is to realize that half diminished, to play a half diminished pentatonic scale, we are talking about here, right here. We're going to play 1, we're going to play 7, root 2, 4, 5, 4, 6. 7, root 2, 4, 6. This is going to be our scale. Alright, so remember, a pentatonic C is, alright, a pentatonic, and different forms. And the different forms pretty much are, that's where that's your pentatonic scale for the different forms. They start on each note in the pentatonic scale. So to start on C, you'd be on the C shape, you know, and then you take that C up to a D, and then you take the D up to an E, and that's the next shape up that starts on an E, would be the C shape. Okay, then the next one we're going to start the pentatonic from the fifth, which is going to be A shape. Then we're going to start the G shape from the sixth, and then the E shape from the root. Alright, now we're not going to do the half diminished like that. I'd like to do that, but because of the way it is, I decided that we had to have it. These are the pattern stacks of half diminished. I got both of them here for you. This is just complete patterns to do the half diminished. So this would be like the S3L and the S2L of our other discussions. So you know it's not relevant right now if we're dealing with caged. Alright, we're dealing with caged here. It's not relevant. Let's look at this. This is the half diminished fretboard. Alright, it has, and down below here, the only difference with this top one here is I haven't colored the root blue, and I haven't taken the 5 and the 3 out. So this is just the triad with the 6th. So it's 7, 2, 4, 7. You can add the 6, so you can go 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4. That's all it is. 4, 6, 7, 2, or you know. So let's look at how we get these pentatonic